And we are lightening things up on today's show. And first of all, when I see a big old steak, light doesn't normally come to mind. But I tell you, I love steak, and it's something, if I'm being healthy, I don't want to give it up. And you don't have to, right?
You don't have to. Steak is beef in general is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. And I mean naturally nutrient-dense. So it's not like a supplement that's nutrient-dense. It's naturally got 10 essential vitamins and minerals. You know, zinc, iron, which is really important for us women.
Right.
And for our daughters.
Sure.
Very important. Protein to build muscle. So if you're working out this summer to lose weight and gain muscle, lean red meat is the way to go.
And but the key is you don't need to go for one of the fattier types of steak. You want to look for the leaner steaks, and you don't need a whole steak. You know, you just need a little bit of it.
Right. One serving size of beef is 4 ounces. So the size of an iPhone.
Okay.
Or the size of your palm or a deck of cards.
That is a great, visual.
It's funny, we used to always say the size of a deck of cards, but now we say the size of an iPhone.
Sure.
Times have changed.
Yeah, no
Everybody
kidding.
has an iPhone, right?
So, this is a ribeye, correct?
No, this is a T-bone.
This is a T-bone. Okay.
T-bone. This recipe that we're making on our website is called Spicy Ribeyes.
Okay.
So it calls for a ribeye cut, but we're going to substitute in a T-bone and a strip steak.
Okay.
So what a T-bone is, or sirloin, excuse me.
Okay.
What a T-bone is it's a strip and a tenderloin.
I love that. That's actually one of my favorite steaks because you get the best of both worlds.
Because you do, right?
Yeah.
And so I always start with the tenderloin side, so if I get full, I don't eat the whole strip. But yeah, and both those cuts are lean.
You can see that. I mean, there's barely any fat on there, and if you trim that up when you're going to eat it, you're good to go.
Right.
Whereas ribeye, you're going to see quite a bit more fat on there.
And the ribeye has a lot more of the internal marbling, so it's a little bit higher fat content, but that's what gives that ribeye that flavor.
Yeah, that's why. That's a lot of people's favorite. Now, this is a sirloin. First thing I said is is it tender?
Yes, top sirloin is tender enough just to put on the grill.
Okay.
To rub it or glaze it and put it on the grill. You can marinate it, of course. And top sirloin is my favorite for kebabs.
Oh, yeah.
So I like chunking it up for kebabs or even stripping it into stir fry. It's very versatile.
Also, it's affordable. Before, when we started grilling this, there wasn't a bit of fat on there. So, all right, let's make the spicy part of this marinade.
Okay, let's start with the glaze.
Okay.
So we're going to start with marmalade.
Orange marmalade. I wouldn't think of that. Okay.
And ginger.
Okay.
I use dried ginger, but of course, if you want to splurge and get a ginger root, you can.
Good stuff.
You dice that up.
Okay.
But the dried ginger gives it great flavor also.
Okay.
And then sriracha hot sauce. So calls for a little bit of it. So this will give it a little kick. But this glaze is for the carrots.
Okay.
So this will brush on the carrots. Now the glaze for the steak calls to keep the marinade out, or the marmalade out. So you can brush that on the carrots.
So, let's talk about this anyway. So let's say the weather is great and you're grilling your steak outside. Why not grill the side dish outside too? If you haven't been grilling your vegetables, shame on you, because it takes them to a whole nother level. People would think that they don't necessarily like cooked carrots. Wait till they taste these babies.
Yes, these are very good.
Same goes for like asparagus, zucchini. People think, oh, I don't like zucchini. Man, you grill it, and asparagus, great flavor. It doesn't overcook. It's fantastic. Did you put these raw right on here?
I did. I bought the large carrots.
Okay.
Actually, I have some here. So I just peeled them and then halved them.
Okay.
And then tossed them with about a tablespoon or 2 of vegetable oil.
Okay.
And that'll coat them nicely, and then put them right on the grill. And then after they grill a little bit, you can add that glaze.
Okay. So they're not going to be, they're still going to be a little bit tender crisp. Is that how it is? So they're not going to be like mushy cooked carrots. And they're going to have this great little spicy kick too. So,
yes.
But pretty healthy. All right.
So then on the steak, I just have ginger and the sriracha.
Okay.
So just minus that orange marmalade, and rub that on the steak as it grills.
Kind of the last few minutes of it?
Last few minutes. You can rub that on and then flip it.
Rub a little more on there. Always sauce things up at the very end just to kind of caramelize and glaze. This looks fantastic. So we'll go ahead and start plating this up.
Yeah,
and then you just slice it,
Slice it. I like adding sprinkling with the kosher salt, or if you have a special finishing salt, sea salt. Doing that right at the end. season that on both the vegetables and the steak.
All right,
And then it's ready.
we're going to let this do its thing, and we'll slice it up when we come back, so stay with us.